Sorry. Oh.
Okay, so we are on your screen now. Please please try and
Yes.
open your file before I get to you, please, to avoid the wasting of time. Open your file down.
Okay, I've opened mine.
Yeah, I can see it now. So what was the assignment precisely?
You said that we should. Oh, what happened? Hello. You said we should download the data from
Cargo, right?
Kaggle.
The different data sets
Yes,
from
and
cargo.
do
Okay.
exactly from what we had and do exactly what we did last. So here
So
is my.
okay.
Why is this?
So where is your dashboard?
Oh, sorry, excuse me, sir.
Please, can someone else share why we are waiting for our own to come up? Is I will appreciate if someone else can quickly share why we are waiting for her.
Okay, let me just talk first.
Mrs. Augustina, are you here with
What is
us?
happening?
Please let me confirm your presence. Mrs. Augustina, are you here? Okay. Mr. Ifai said I should give him a minute. Mrs. Augustina, please, if you can hear me, can you unmute and respond or through the message section? Let me check.
I'm here. I'm fully here, but it's just I didn't do the assignments. I didn't really know what to do, so I didn't do the assignments.
Okay, did you go through the
So
video?
sorry about that.
Did you
I
did you
went through the video, but I didn't see any instruction on assignments. I'm just hearing it now.
okay. That means you were not in the last class, right?
Yeah, I was not in the Sunday class, but I watched the video,
Okay.
but it was nothing said about assignment there. So,
Okay, it's possible that I must have stopped the recording before I instructed them on the assignments. Yeah, sorry about that.
it's
Um,
okay.
Mrs. Oyeye Franca, if you are here, please can you share your screen if your assignment is ready? Okay, let's be fast about this so that we can still have a good time with today's topic, please. Okay, it appears Mrs. Franca is not here, or maybe she cannot hear me. If you can hear me, Mrs. Franca, please, we are waiting for your screen to come up. Mr. Alfred, what happened to your network? We're trying to share, but I couldn't see you. Mr. Ifai, I think we've given you more than a minute you requested for. Your assignment should be ready now. Check how many side apps to download WhatsApp. Actually, no. The assignment was because I taught them how to sort data on an open source called Cargo. So I wanted them to confirm the entire process. That is why I asked they should revisit the Cargo as one of our data analysis repository where you can get different structured data for perfecting your analysis or practicing. I think that was the assignment. They should get different data from the one we worked on, and then being able to perform all the data cleaning techniques we covered in that class. Let's see if someone is able to display our own, Mrs. Augustina, you'll be able to have an idea of what the assignment is. So I think we are on which person's screen is this? This is okay. This is Mr. Ifeanyi. So Mr. Ifeanyi, please, can you kindly unmute and explain what you did, please? We'd like to hear so that people who are not here will be able to grab one or two things on what the assignment is.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This data set is called Sample Superstore, and I downloaded it from Cargo. And just like you taught in the last class, I opened another workbook, and I named it Analysis Sheets. So after that, I got my header, Insight Reporting Sheets, designed it the way you also taught in the last class. And so I also created, I also linked the Sample Superstore to the analysis sheets with this home icon. So anytime you click on this, it will take you to the data itself. And then when you click on this icon here, when you click on this analysis sheet, it will take you to this analysis reporting sheet. And then the analysis questions here, how many headers are contained in the data set? So if you look up here, this was how I got how many headers are contained in the data set. So we use count A, just as you also taught. And then what is the exact number of rows? So also we used count A for this to get our number of rows and our number of headers. So that's basically what I did.
All right, thank you very much. That is a good one. Please, can I also hear from someone else? I think Mrs. Franca Oye, she should be here now. I noticed she wanted to say something before. Please, if you are here, you can share your screen. Mrs. Franca, if you can hear us, please kindly share your screen. Let's see the outcome of your assignment as well. While that is going on, Mrs. Mercy, is your own available now? You're having issue with opening the right file. I see Mr. Alfred is not here again, or he's not hearing me. Mrs. Onye, are you here? I need to confirm everyone present here before I even start the main class. So it will be good you respond as I'm calling your name. That will also confirm that you are here. Mrs. Onye, are you here? Mrs. Mercy, how far? Is your work ready now? Mr. Alfred, is your work ready now? Well, I don't know if they can not actually. Okay, someone is sharing now. Mrs. Onye, she's sharing her screen now. Okay, so please can you unmute yourself and talk to us? Explain what you did, just like Mr. Ifeanyi just did now. Mrs. Onye, I don't know if you are having a network issue. Can you actually hear us? Please, if you can communicate through the message section, we will appreciate that. Let's hear at least from you. Where you are, you cannot speak. Please kindly use the message section. Okay. So that means you can hear us. So I wanted you to explain what you did. Is it possible? Let's also find out. Is it possible for you to explain what you did?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we are going to do briefly now, just to confirm everybody's presence, you can say she's talking, but we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you, ma. I don't know if you guys can hear her over there. Let it not look as if it's my network. Can anybody hear her? I cannot also hear you, ma. Maybe you need to, I don't know, but you can hear us. So yeah, you can hear us, but we cannot hear you. Actually wanted to hear from you before I start. Yeah, you can hear us clearly, but we cannot hear you. Okay, so anyway, in as much you can hear us, I think that is fine. For those that can hear me, please, we are going to do this one after the other. Just unmute your name and where you are joining from so that I will confirm everybody audio before I start. Please, let's start while she logs out and log in again. Please, just unmute your name and where you are joining from, just to confirm your audio before I start, please. I want to start now. Maybe towards the end, I will ask the rest to show me their assignments. You can unmute and start your name and where you are coming, where you are joining from.
Hello, good evening all. My name is Mercy Uzo. I'm joining from Asaba Delta State.
Nigeria, right? The next
Nigeria,
person,
yes,
the
sir.
next person, quickly. So at least I've confirmed her audio. The next person, please. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, my preferred name is Tina. I'm joining from Toronto.
Okay. Okay. The next person. Mrs. Oye, please would like to confirm also. We cannot still hear you. So you are still having issue with your audio. Udiare, please, can you unmute and tell us where you are joining from? Quickly, I just want to know those that. Okay, from Anambra State. Okay. Mr. Alfred, I would like to confirm your audio as well, because you have not said anything since, aside when you wanted to show us the work. Mr. Alfred, are you really here? Please, Miss Mercy, please, if you can private chat Mr. Alfred. I wanted to be sure that you can all actually hear me before I proceed.
All right, sir. Let me talk to him.
All right.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm on.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, from Nigeria, Onitsha.
Okay. I think Mr. Alfred wanted to say something now. Mr. Alfred,
Hello, can you hear me?
good.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Alfred Ikebefune Uge. I'm joining you guys from Agbo in Delta State.
In Nigeria. All right. So I want to welcome us. You are all welcome to this special section. Now we have to start. So those of you that are not been able to check your work, some points I will pause, and then I'll look into that. It's very important that you walk alongside with me. Don't forget, the goal is for us to be good and to be extraordinary good. So not just being good. So you can only achieve that when you are walking alongside with me. It's not just teaching. So at times I will be asking us to do one or two things. So that is why you should make sure that you have your writing materials with you while the class is going on, so that you can note down important points that might help you to understand faster during practicing. Okay, so we just spend the next 5 minutes just to bring everybody to the same page. We started looking at data cleaning in our last section, where I told us that data cleaning is inevitable as far as this particular program is concerned. It's something that cannot be avoided. It is a constant thing. Every data analyst is expected to know how to clean data, even though the data you might be given might not actually contain errors as you may perceive based on the available knowledge to you. There is still need for you to verify to be sure 100% that the data is error-free. So it's a practice, is a must practice in this field, that whenever you are given any form of data set like the one I have on the screen, you are expected to carry out your cleaning operations. You need to inspect the data. You need to find out what and what the data set or data frame is made up of. It is very, very important. In doing so, we started looking at some technical skills that a data analyst can deploy in order to detect certain information regarding to the data he or she is given to analyze, that will assist him or her to come up with accurate statistics that can influence smart and positive decision. So that is the essence of the data cleaning aspect that we have been on for the past 2 sections now. Now, what we actually did was we were given this data set. This is a data set we also got from Cargo. The data is an Amazon data set, which comprises the following headers: order, priority, order dates, order ID, or ship date, unit sold, unit price, unit costs, total revenue, total costs, and total profits. Now, what we did the other time was that when you are given data set as an analyst, you need to find out the frame of the data set. I have explained in one of the classes that the term data frame talks about you measuring the length, that is the width of your data, and the height of your data. That is when we make use of the term data frame. Now, we make use of another term, which is data sets, which I also said that you can actually use them interchangeably. But when you use the word data sets, your emphasis is on the values under the columns and the values under the rows. But when you talk about data frame, your emphasis is on the length. That is what? How many headers do we have in the data set, and how many records do we have in the data set? So that is why we have to go to this sheet. So we created this sheet in the class as our insight reporting sheet. Told us that it is not professional that you had put your findings in the same sheet where you have your source data. The best practice is for you to have a dedicated environment, which is called the dashboard, where you communicate all your findings. And at the end of assembling all the findings, you have to pick your biro and paper, or pick any electronic software like PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, and draw your executive reports, which is also known as your final conclusion, which should comprises of your observation and your recommendation where necessary. I told us that at times recommendation may not arise, but definitely at the end of your analysis, one thing that is constant that you must provide are observations. If you analyze an entire data set and you are not able to present any observation, it is as good as you have not done anything. So there will always be observation, but there are times that you may not have a recommendation. If all the variables are performing well, there might not be any aspects you are like advising them to improve on, because that is where recommendation comes in. Now, we ran different functions in Excel that help us to find this insight. The first insight is where we answered a question that says, how many labels or features are in the data sets? And just to quickly recap, what we did is that we started by entering equal sign, and then this question suggests counting. If you listen to the question, how many, that is a question of counting, which means that we need to consult an Excel inbuilt counting function, which is also under statistical function in Excel. So I told them that there are two functions we can actually use for counting. Is either we use count A or we use what? Count. The difference is that the count A counts any type of data. That is why we have the A attached to it. Why counts only integer number, only integer. So now it depends on the feature or the label you actually want to base the criteria for the counting on. That will determine whether you are to use count A or you are to use count. So let me just run only one before I switch to my main assignment for this session. So once you activate equals to is a standard rule in Excel that denotes or that inform Excel that the user is entering a formula. Therefore, get ready to perform some calculation. That is a simple interpretation of me starting with the equal sign. Now, after that, I will call the name of the function. So let's say I'm using this count. I will just double click on it to complete it. And I explained to us that whenever you are dealing with function in Excel or any other programming platform, there is what we call parameter or input or arguments. Arguments are the data you supply into a function parenthesis bracket for the function to work with. So now, if you look at inside the parenthesis bracket, we are asked to provide value 1. We are also asked to provide value 2. So which means that we are to go to a particular column or row and highlight range of value that we want to count. And we know that the value we want to count, they are in Amazon sys data sheet. So this is what I described as inter-cell referencing, a cell inter-cell or inter-sheet referencing, which means that you are in one particular Excel sheet and you are collecting value from another Excel sheet. So how do you do that? Where you want to output the result is where you compute the function. That is why you say that this is where I want the result to be outputted or to be outputted. That is why I have to write my formula here. Now, where I want to call the value from, I have to switch to that very sheet. And then remember the question. We want to find out the can I call it width? Yeah, the width of the data frame. So I'll select the first one. Let me check whether that is even the first one. Oh, that is not the first one. So the first one is region. So what I will simply do is to select that first one and hold down the control and the shift button. You should be able to locate the control and the shift button on your computer keyboard. Once you have held down the both of them, there is also a section where you have 4 arrows. We refer to that on the keyboard as the arrow key. So you have the one facing up, the one facing down, the one facing left, and the one facing right. So depending on the direction you want to select, in this case, we are selecting from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So which means I will use the right arrow button, and that automatically highlights from the beginning to the end of my entry.
Excuse me, we are not seeing your screen. It's you that we are seeing now.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Please, can someone else confirm this? Hello, can you see my screen? Someone should confirm. Let's be fast about things like this. I just want to find out if probably it's from my end or from everybody's end.
I can see your screen. I can see
Okay,
your screen.
so madam, I think it's from your end. So what you will do, okay, so let me just simply, madam, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now?
No, it's just you that I'm seeing.
Okay, so let me just quickly share again. Confirm now quickly. Can you see now?
Yes.
Others you can also see, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, I can see. Yes.
All right. So as you can see, we have been able to highlight the entire range of cells. We want to count the value in them. So once I press enter here, automatically it outputted the results, but I will pause and ask someone, why did Excel outputted 0? Because I deliberately made the mistake to know if you will find out, so that when it happened to you, you know what is actually wrong. Can anybody tell us why it outputted 0 instead of expected 14? Those that were in last class, even in this class, I've explained scenarios where you should use count and where you should use count A. So what actually happened, let me quickly help myself since there's a delay in getting a response. Now, what actually happened was that
instead of me counting, the value I counted, they are string. What does that mean in programming? They are text-based data type. And I just explained now that when you are counting tests, use count A. So if I want to get a value, so instead of using count, I have to use what? The second one, the one that have A, and then go back to reference the cell as usual, and then press enter. So I get the value.
This one.
All right, so that is what we did. That also helped us to answer the same thing we did here. Mrs. Augustina, do you have question? If you are not,
No.
if you are not saying anything, please, I would advise we mute. But once I see that you are mute, it means you want to say something. All right, thank you. So the same concept we also use here. So I believe whether you missed last class, I have touched some of the things we did. The only thing you have to go and watch that video so that you learn how we created all these creative tests, how we did all the formatting, and how we link. So you still have to go and watch the video for you to get that sorted. All right. So now, let's quickly dive into this session. We are advancing gradually. We are advancing. So I'm still on data cleaning. There are a lot of data cleaning techniques that I want to show us in this section. And whatever we are finding, we will be putting them in our reporting sheets. That was the reason why we created the sheets. And like I told us from the last class, we will be assigning tasks to ourselves. So which means that you are trained as if you are working in an organization where your boss will always ask you questions that we will be asking ourselves. And I said, if you want to be a guru in this field, always learn to put yourself in the shoe of the CEO and the managers of organization so that you can have the CEO mentality and the manager's mentality, because these are goal getters. These are personnel, or these are people who are engaged in order to introduce solutions, in order to solve problems. So this field, one of the characteristics of a data analyst is the ability to think critically. So one thing you cannot leave behind as far as this field is concerned is critical thinking. So critical thinking is one skill set you must learn. Even as you are learning the technical skill, like the application of the method and the function in deriving your insights, identifying your patterns and your trend, and if possible, the correlation or the outliers, you still also need to learn how to think critically, how to think outside the box, because that is where the solution, that is what the employer could not do. So they could not think to that level. So that is why they have to bring you as an expert to do that. So we are still on data cleaning. Continue. We are still on data cleaning. So, but we will be advancing gradually. We'll be looking at more technical techniques that are involved when you are cleaning data. So the first task before us this evening is, how do we rename our data sets features? That's the first task. That is part of data cleaning. Like I pointed out the other time, any operation you perform, any changes you make on the data you are given that changes its status from the way it was given to you, whatever you are doing at that stage falls under data cleaning. That is one thing you must understand. For example, now, when we talk about features, we are talking about the labels in your data set. We are talking about the attributes that describe your data components or properties. We are talking about the headings, that is a layman description. But in data science, we refer to the headers as feature. So in other words, region is a feature. Country is another feature. Item type is another feature. Now, why is this renaming feature essential to us? Now, I am actually introducing this because I am foreseeing a challenge we will face when we get to Python. And we can actually solve it in Python, but I just want to show us how to do it in Excel. Because any of these tools that you are learning for data analysis, you are expected to learn all the techniques or the major techniques under each of them for data cleaning. So you will not say that because I know how to clean data in Python, I don't want to be good at data cleaning in Excel. That is a big mistake, because sometimes when they want to employ you, they will test your skill across all these tools. So what I'm doing right now is data cleaning in Excel. When we get to Python, I'm still going to teach us how to perform the same data cleaning. When we get to Power BI, the same thing. When we get to SQL, the same thing. Now, if you look at this particular region, it does not require renaming it because it satisfied what? The criteria for selecting it during analysis. Now, this country also does not require renaming. Why? Because it also satisfied what? The criteria for selecting it during analysis. But when you get to item type, it does not. There is an issue. And what is the issue? The space between the item and the type. If I ask you right now, what type of data will the programming language interpret it to be? Are you saying that if I load this data in Python, Python will see that space as a string, or Python will see that space as a number, or Boolean, or advanced data type, or function? So Python languages like Python will have issue interpreting space between your label description. So how do you resolve it? The standard is that is either you merge them together, or you add underscore, or you add a hyphen. So you must engage that space so that it will be seen as a single entity or single word. So how do I achieve it? Now, all I need to do is to select that particular header I want to modify, I want to rename. And then you check your formula bar. Remember that we have discussed this session to be our formula bar. And I told us then that the role of the formula bar is to display the value or the formula that was used to compute anything you have in a cell. So for example, if I select this cell, what is in that cell is what you will see on the formula bar. Now, if this value that's in this cell was calculated with a formula, then instead of showing us the actual value, it will then be showing us the formula that was used. For example, if I switch to this now, I have 14 inside here, but this is a calculated value. So if I click here now, instead of Excel showing me the actual value, which is 14, it's showing me the formula that was used to calculate it. So that is one thing you should always understand. Whenever you want to edit the content of a cell, always know that there is a section called formula bar that will display it, that will enable you to edit it. So what I will simply do is to come in here and close it off first and add the underscore. So with that, I have edited that. So I will select this also close it up, and then before you add what? The underscore. The same thing here. Close it up, and then add underscore. Then here, close it up, and then add what? Underscore. Okay? Now, there is something I want to show us. There is something I want to show us, which sometimes you can actually use. Now, let's assume that I want to edit anywhere I have unit price to what? Unit underscore price. So what I'm going to do is to select, you come to this place, you select find. This is another fastest way you can actually make changes uniformly. Now, the essence of this is that if I have that particular word that I want to change in multiple places, instead of me going to where they are and start modifying them one after the other, so I will simply use find to tell Excel to locate them within the entire sheet, and then when it's find them, it should replace them with the intended word I want to use for replacing. So a practical example here, we want to find ship date and replace it with what? Ship underscore date. So what I'm going to simply do is to type exactly what I am looking for, the way it is. Let's say what? Find what? Ship date. Follow the case the way it is. Then when you find it, click on replace here, replace it with ship underscore dates. So once I click on replace all, if I select just replace, it might replace some targeted one and leave others. But if I select replace all, it will locate all within the area you have values on this sheet or in this sheet and change all of them to what supply here. So let's select what? Replace or find, replace or rather. So now you can see that what? All done. We made one replacement. So by the time I click OK and close, now if you check now, let's click here. Here was the one we changed now. You can see it. It has added what? The underscore. So I'm going to pause for 1 minute and for us to try this particular one before I continue. Just 1 minute. After that, I will continue. So if you have this data before you, just kindly try it. Use this method that I use now, the find and replace it, just to confirm it before I proceed quickly. Please, can somebody share his or her screen just to keep me busy to know if you are doing something? Mrs. Augustina, please, if you can share your screen. Let me see what you are doing there. Okay, Oye is already sharing. So, Mrs. Augustina, I'll come back to you soon. Okay. If you are having some difficulties, please kindly speak out so that we can assist you. No, you have not supplied. That one is the thank God you are correcting yourself now. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Onyeye. Please, can I also pan to someone else's screen? Mrs. Augustina, I wanted to know if you are doing something. Can you share your screen, please? Let's know what you have there. This particular data they are working with, I have loaded it in the WhatsApp group. It's there. You can download it. Mrs. Augustina, please, can you talk to us?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that.
Okay, just share your screen. Share your screen. Let's see what you are doing.
Okay.
Hope you know how to share your screen.
I'm trying to do that. Can you see the screen?
We cannot yet. Hope you know there is a place there is a share button. I don't think it's hidden.
I've clicked that. I've clicked that.
Okay, so if we cannot see it, you cannot share. If it has shared from your end, you cannot share again and share so that we can see. Okay, it's coming up now. It's coming up. Yeah, we can see your screen now. Okay, so let's see your data.
So this is my data.
Okay.
So here, right?
Okay.
So I was actually looking for it. Okay, I've seen the adding. Oh God. Okay, so adding.
Okay. Have you find the
Please,
find?
I need guide though.
Okay,
The
okay.
what?
Now, this now if you check towards your, it's like you are using which yeah, on home, right? Let's see.
Yes, on home.
Okay, just hold on, hold on. It's like you are using a license office version. But anyway, we'll still help you out. Okay, let's see. Check where you have that editing. Under editing, that is where the command should be. No, under editing, good. That is where it should be. It's either represented with an icon. So let's check all the items we have there. What are some of these things? Good. Yes, yes. That is fine. That is fine. Good. Right.
Find all, right?
No. Click on replace. Click on replace title. After find, click good.
Then replace with
No. Yeah. Then put underscore. Put underscore. Underscore. That should be underscore. You can put hyphen. It's still okay if you can't find underscore on your keyboard. Just put
I can't find. Okay, I've seen it here.
You have seen it now. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
replace all, right?
Yes, click on replace all. Now, if you check your formula bar now, you can see that it has updated. Check the underscore is right there.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you. Now, unshare your screen. Let me quickly. Okay, so I assume that the rest must have done the same thing. I don't want to waste time. I gave you guys just 1 minute. So let me quickly proceed. You can unshare your screen now so that you can go back to my screen. All right. Okay. Now, so that settles this option. So I believe we now know how to rename. So in case you even want to change the whole description from item or date underscore, ship underscore date to a different word, you just kindly type it. So that is how to do that. So let's go back to our slide. What is the next data cleaning operation we want to perform? Let's look at what the next one. The next one is how to delete data set features or feature. Remember, anytime I use the word feature, I am talking about the label or the header. So which means that you might be given a data set like this. For certain reason, one particular column and the values under it could be contradicting your analysis. So which means that you must have accessed it and find out that it has no value or it has no relevancies. It has no importance. So there's no need of you accommodating it. Because if you accommodate some headers in the data set you are given, you only end up distracting you, or they will only end up distracting you from focusing on things that matters. So where you have examined your data and you find out that there are some unnecessary headers that does not matter to the kind of analysis you want to do, you can actually delete them. But don't forget the advice I gave to us the other time. Before you embark on your data cleaning, make sure that you save the original copy somewhere else as a backup, so that in case you destroy it, you can always what? Call it back from wherever you save it. Okay? So now let's look at the strength of this column and know the one we can delete without affecting our analysis. Now, this is where they recorded the region. So the region is very important. Country is very important. Item type is very important. Now, order priority. I want to delete this for now because says channel, whether offline or online, is very important because this will help them to know to carry out the statistics that will tell them how they are driving traffic on the internet or the offline. So now let me delete this. We can as well undo it just to practice what we want to learn. Okay, so let's assume that we don't need the whole of this column. All the values in it, including it, should be deleted. How do I remove it from my data as part of the data cleaning? Now, every column has a letter representing it. That is why I told us in the very first class that the columns are labeled with alphabets, while the rows are labeled with numbers. The columns represent the headers. So if I want to delete just what I have in this particular cell, which is the word, the label, then I will just select only that cell and press delete. But that has not removed the entire column. So what we are learning is not just deleting a value in a column, it's deleting the entire column and the values in it. So you click on the letter, look at that arrow, you can see that arrow. Once you can see that arrow on the letter, just click on it. Once you select it, automatically it selects all the cells in that column, including the ones that have content and the ones that does not have content. So once you have ensured the selection, the next thing is for you to proceed to a home tab. You come to home tab, then from home tab, then you come to where you have said, the group where you have said, you will definitely find delete. Now, if I click on this icon directly, it will delete. It means that a cell will be the one to find out the component you want to delete. But if I click on the drop down, it means I want to identify the part of the worksheet I want to delete. So if I click on the drop down, I have to select delete sheet column. So I'll click here. That has removed what? The entire column. Okay. Now, that is one option. If I don't want to delete it, I just want to hide it temporarily. I just want to hide it because at times the option might not be removing it totally. It might just be that, okay, since it's about distracting me, let me just hide it at the point I am drafting my analysis question. Once I have been able to focus on the data and been able to derive my question, then I can bring it back. So if the case is to hide it, so how do we hide it? You also select it, right click on it, you will see this option that says what? Hide. So once I click now, the entire column and its values are hidden. Now, how do I know a column that is hidden? Now, let me click outside. I want you to look at this place. It's as if there is a gap there. But if you look here now, it's just one line. So once you see this kind of sign, like two lines very close to each other, that tells you that what a column is hidden in that particular region. So if I want to unhide it, I must identify where I have those two lines and then right click there, and then you see what unhide. So that will bring it back. But now I could not achieve because I am supposed to select it from here, from this particular section, not here. That is why it could not bring it. So what I'm going to do here is to right click on it again and select what unhide. So you can see that what I have been able to what to return it. So the choice is yours. Either you delete or you hide. All these falls under data cleaning. So I'll come back to the classwork, but I just want to take 2 or 3 first, then before I allow us to practice. But just make sure that you are noting some of these steps so that when I come to that classwork section, you can still remember what I did. So now that is how to work with column deletion. Now, let's look at the next data cleaning operation, which is what? How to renumber the data set series. How to renumber the data set series. Now, what do we mean series? I explained this in one of the lectures. I said professionally, we are not meant to describe this column as in region column, country column. We are to describe them as the data frame objects. They are called objects. Professionally, we are not meant to describe this as record 1, record 2. We are meant to describe them as series. So whenever I use the word series, I am talking about the record. Whenever I use the word objects, I am talking about the features or the headers. Now, when I said here, how to renumber the series, I'm talking about how do we renumber the rows. For example, now, so that you know the reason why you should learn this, you can see that the header itself, this particular region, has taken number 1. So if you are asked now that how many records are in this data frame, you don't want to carry out those analyses we did. You just want to look at the data and be able to know by looking at the last value. Just like here now, I have 22. So if I say 22 record, I will be wrong. Do you know why I will be wrong? Because it means that you counted this as 1. So that is why there is need for me to bring in another column and name that column serial number. Then under that column, then I can start my numbering from where the first record starts from. So how do we achieve that? Now we have to bring in another column. Then you need to ask yourself, where exactly do you want the new column to appear? Or which of the current column is actually occupying the space of the new column you want to introduce? The answer is region. So if I want to bring in a new column between region and country, then it means that country is the one that is currently occupying the space of the omitted feature. So once I sort that location out, then I'll click on the letter representing the entire column. Why? Because I want to move everything in that column to my right-hand side so that it will give me additional column for writing the serial number so that I can learn how to renumber the series. So once I've achieved that, I will now go to Home tab. Then under the same cell, you go to Insert option. If you click on the icon direct, Excel will automatically assume or know what you intend to do. But if you now want to help Excel to be precise, you can click on the drop down and select exactly the components you want to insert. What we want to insert is column. So I'll select column. Automatically, you can see that what it has added a new column. So I will name here ID. I'll name here what? ID. Now, the ID now, my number one, we start from here. So that is where you need this particular option. So now, how do I do that? I have to start by giving a cell an example that, okay, start from number one. So once you have typed the first letter as an example, you click on the dotted edge. The dotted edge, whenever a cell is selected, you always see a dotted edge, a small dot at the edge. So while you are on that very one that you have created as an example, you navigate to the dotted edge. Right now, the insertion pointer is showing the B plus. Once it touches that small plus, it will change to what? Sorry, once it touches that dotted edge, it will change to small plus. Once it is in this orientation or this type, hold down the left button on your keyboard. And if you are using, sorry, on your mouse, if you are using laptop, then you should know how to manage the left clicking and the right clicking. So you hold down the left corner of it, and then you slide. So I'm using laptop now because I know most of us, we are using laptop. You slide. Now, you can just continue and stop somewhere here like this. Okay? Now, to update it, there is always an icon that will be created or generated beside the last number. So click on it and select Field Series. So you can see where I got to know that the records are called what? Series. So now once I click, you see that what? It will automatically what? Renumber it. So now I have valid numbering. So if I want it to continue till the end, I will just double click on that edge. Once I've shown some example to an extent, because the record can be much up to 1 million record. So instead of you that first time, just a second. So instead of you dragging that one before you updated the series till the end of the data set, you can just do for only 2. Let me just do it again. So let's say I have just this one. Then I will drag it to an extent here first. Then after that, I update my series. Now, once I've updated this, I don't have to drag again. I will just double tap it. It will automatically what? Number it and stop exactly where your record stop. Just for you to know how sensitive Excel is. It will not exceed that particular row where your record stop. So which automatically inform me. So you can see that this align with it. So the reason why you actually perform this calculation, because your data set does not have ID. So if it came with this ID, there wouldn't have been need for us to start running all those functions just to know how many records. So I could just what? Place my cursor here and press Control and the Shift button, press the down arrow button just to take me to the last record. And then from there, I'll be able to know the total numbers of records. So I want to ask question. Are we following? Please let me get a response sharply before we proceed. Please, can somebody unmute? And okay, let me just call by name. Mrs. Onye, are you following?
Yes, I am. I wanted to repeat exactly what you did.
Okay, so Mrs. Augustina, are you following? Mrs. Mercy, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Alfred, are you following? Mr. Alfred can hear me. Are you following, Mr. Alfred? Are you following? While we are waiting for Mr. Alfred response, Mr. Ifeanyi, are you following? Okay, so let me give us 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Everybody quickly practice. Just do exactly what I did. Okay, I think it's possible that Mr. Ifeanyi have responded through the message. Let me check. Okay, all is good here. All right. So now I want to give us just 2 minutes to practice. Just 2 minutes. I want to stay on the I'm still waiting. While I'm waiting for her, which other person is working?
Oh, you're not seeing my screen?
I can't see it yet.
Oh, sorry about that. I thought you were seeing it.
Okay, it's coming up now.
Can you see it now?
Yes, I can.
I filled in the numbers.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I don't know why I can't really hear from Mr. Alfred. I just want to be sure that we are all following. Let's make the class interactive. Okay, so Mr. Ifeanyi's screen is coming up. Okay, okay. I've also confirmed that. Okay. Mrs.
I can stop now, right?
Yes, yes, you can stop sharing. Mrs. Mercy, please, I want to see your screen.
Please, let someone else share. I didn't follow in that angle, please.
You did not follow where?
When you inserted the column, I was not there. Sorry, the row.
You left the class.
Yes, I was attending to someone. I'm sorry.
Next time I get this report, you pay a fine.
I beg. Just the row, how they inserted the row. But apart from that, every other thing, I can do it.
Which person's screen is this person? This is Mrs. Someone is sharing. Who is this person? Mrs. Onye? Okay, okay.
Yes, it's my screen.
Okay. You have not you have not added your header as well.
I thought you wanted us to do it together.
Oh yeah, do it now, Mrs. Mercy. Oh yeah, watch her doing it now. Watch her doing it now. Let me see.
Okay, sir. Yes, I'm following.
Oh yeah,
This is how I want to start mine. I didn't go to that insert, or should I go there so she will learn the other method?
Go there. Let her know the right way. I know that one is shortcut. Shortcut can disappoint at times.
Okay.
It's Mercy, follow up. I will not repeat it too. So she's the one teaching us now.
Yes, I'm following. Yes, I'm following.
I think I'm okay. Complete.
All right.
Clear, right? Can we proceed now?
Let her share now. Let her share.
Okay, yeah, kindly share and do it now quickly. Mr. Alfred, I want to really hear from him. Maybe he has also left the class, so we'll start finding these people that are leaving the class. Okay, Miss Mercy, your screen is coming up now. I think you are doing the wrong thing though. You have not selected the entire, just select the A, click on A, click on A. Click on letter A, Miss Mercy. Click on letter A, good. That is when you are referring to the entire, no, click on, good, okay, go ahead. You are right now. Go ahead to, okay, sorry, I think your network is a bit slow, or mine. Select insert column. Yes. Okay. No. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Click on the icon beside it. Click on that icon. No. Yes. Select it. Then click on, yeah. Okay. Now, you should have just double click on it. Go back and select and double click on the dotted edge. Double click on the dotted edge. Yes, double click. Just double click on that dotted edge. Don't go for the icon again. That dotted edge, double click on it.
Okay, that dotted edge. Oh, sorry. Okay, thank you, sir.
To leave my class again, eh?
I'm sorry.
All right, so let's move on, guys. Miss Mercy, please help me to private chat Mr. Afri. I don't know why he's not responding. I've checked every other person.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you can share now. Let's proceed. All right, so I believe we are all good. We are all doing well today. Doing well. So we are done with this task of renumbering our series. So in case you are given data set and there's need for you to renumber your series, you have the solution now. Let's quickly look at how to delete record from data sets. This is still part of data cleaning. How do we delete record from data sets? Okay, now for example, we have a tag before us. There's a particular client or customer whose records should have been removed from this data set for certain reasons. Maybe it's a dormant customer, or maybe they are trying to reduce what we call data redundancy. They're trying to clean up the data, or just trying to remove certain records that have not been making any input for some time. So how do we remove them? If, for example, this particular person record at row 8 is identified to be the one you want to delete, all you need to do is to select it, not the number you created, the original Excel number. That is the one that will help you to select the entire row, including all the values across all cells in that row. So once you have done that, you go back to that same place, that same cell, group, go to delete. This time around, you specify that you want to delete what? Row. So once I click, you can see that what? It has removed it. Now, it affected your own numbering, which means that you have to go back and what? Renumber it so that the numbering will align. Okay? Now, another short way of doing it is that once you have selected the label of that row, just right-click on it and then select what? Delete. So that is another way you can remove it. Now, if I want to delete multiple records at the same time. I want to delete record at row 14 and I want to delete record at row 5. You know that if I select this one and come here, a cell will have deselected the first selection. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show us a technique how you can select multiple items in the sheet. So all you need to do is to select the first one. After that, hold down the control key, not shift. Then target the next one. You can see that what I can select as many as I want. Once I have held down the what? The control key on my keyboard. Now I can come to my delete and select what? Delete rule. The 3 of them will be removed at the same time. So if I want to undo everything, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, just to bring back everything. I believe that is clear. So just take note of that. I will still pause after taking like 2 or 3 and find out. Okay, Ms. Oye, you want to say something?
Yes. Please,
Okay.
I'm thinking that when we delete a row, that Excel is supposed to automatically rearrange the numbering.
No,
Are we
will
going
not.
to?
Yeah, it will not, because you are the one that manufactured this number. These are the one Excel recognized. Okay.
Okay.
Is that the question?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me continue. Now let's go back to our slide. So we have settled this particular task, which is still under data cleaning. All these techniques we are learning, they are techniques that are required to perfect our data before we start the main analysis. So I hope we should get to the main analysis tomorrow session. Now, the next one is how to add new feature or record in a data set. We just learned how to delete now. Now, there are situations whereby you'll be asked to add record. For example, let me also refer back to this data. Now, in the course of your data entry, you confirm it in your invoice that you omitted the record. And you know that without capturing that record, your accounts will not be balanced. So how do you bring it in? Now, you are bringing the record not as the last record. You are bringing the record probably somewhere in between. For example, the task is that we are to insert Prosper record between 3 and 4. So how do I do that? Just like what I was explaining the other time, all you need to do is to identify which of the record is currently occupying where the omitted record should be. So once you identify it, if we are bringing record between 3 and 4, it means that currently it is the 4 that is occupying the space. So the 4 should be shifted down. So I'll click on the number that represents the whole of row 4, and then come back to my cell section, and then come here and select what? Insert row. So you can see that I now have what? The row. Now I can use this one and fill it off for now, but it's going to, let me just click here, select everything, then press delete, and then when you are done, you can now do your renumbering. Or let me just quickly do the renumbering if possible. Okay, so now here I'll bring in what? Prosper, and then and fill up other information about that customer. So that is how to add new row. If I want to delete it, like I've taught us, just right click on it and select delete. So that is for this particular data cleaning operation where there is need for you to add new. Okay, so the next one is how to format dates. But before that, I need to also teach us how to insert a new feature. It's like I jump it. Okay, I actually join them together, adding feature and record. Features are the header. I've only demonstrated adding what? Rows. on record. Now, supposing you are, we have even done that. Okay, let me do it again just to confirm it. Supposing you are asked to add another column between this. Maybe you want to add their address. You want to capture the address, and the address is coming between region and country. So the same technique, identify the one that is currently occupying where you want the new header to be, select the letter representing it, click on the insert here, and then what? Insert, let's say what? Address, and then fill up other information. So to delete it also, okay, sorry about that, with network. Now, I was talking about to delete the column, just like the way we learned how to delete row. You simply right-click on it also, then select what? Delete. Okay, so that settles this very option. Now, the next option is another important data cleaning. A lot of data analysts battles with this. So I want to pay attention and see how I'm going to resolve it. How to format dates, data type in your data set. For example, look at this date. Look at this date now. You will agree with me that this is not database what? Global standard. There are some analysis you will perform that will throw error, particularly when we get to like conditional formatting. You are going to have issue of having the date format not aligning with the global database format. The global database format is that you have YYY, 3Y, then MM, and what? DD, which means that the arrangement should be year, the month, and day. Now look at this format now. What you have here now is month, day, and year. So there are some analysis you will do, or there are some model you might be using for your analysis, either in machine learning or data science, where this format will not be accepted. So how do we format it? How do we correct it? So we have two places. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so how do we solve this? Now, this is window issue. This is not Excel issue. What is controlling this now is from your window, not from Excel. So what you are going to do now is that you simply go to your control panel and change the date and time format. And once you do that, it will automatically reflect here. So to start with, let me highlight all the record I have here. Sorry. Then come to my search, my Windows search bar, and search for control panel. You can't find it. You can type control panel. So once you get to control panel, be careful what you do here. This is just like the main heart of your system. So if you turn on what shouldn't be turned on, you might start having some issues. So you should only touch what you understand whenever you visit this terrain. So once it brings it out like this, right now is summarizing all the control panel feature based on their category so that you can view less. I can come here and say, I want to view them small. When you view them small, you now break it down, and then you can say, okay, I want to view them large. So large, we break them down, and then you now be seeing the component by component. But let me go through category view so that I can easily navigate to the command I actually want to look at here. Okay, so from here, you are going to this option that says under clock and region, under which you find number formatting. Now, click on this option. Once you click on this option, it will prompt you this interface. From here, you can see the reason why the date and time format is not in the global database format. Look at what you have here, short dates. M, that is what? Month, and day. And that is the format we have here now. So what I will simply do is to click on the drop down and go for the one that have the format I'm looking for, which is this one, and click here. That is all. And then select apply and click OK. By the time you come back to your data now, you can see automatically we have just updated it. So we have sorted the issue of date formatting. So I think I have to pause here and give us 2 minutes to replicate the same thing. So you can start your classwork now. So do the same thing. Let me unshare my screen. So I will have to stay on someone's screen to also follow up. Let me stay this time around, Mrs. Oye's screen. Please share your screen. While every other person is doing the same, I may just come to your screen when I feel like coming to your screen. But for now, let's stay on Mrs. Oye's screen. Please share your screen, man. Let's everybody convert, change your date format, just like I did now. Quickly. I'm still waiting for Mrs. Onye to share her screen. If she's not available, anybody that can share quickly. Anybody that can share quickly. I needed us to confirm that before I proceed, because it requires a lot of process. I have to go to window. Okay, so Mrs. Onye, your screen is coming up now. Please, other people, make sure you are doing the same thing. That once I get to your screen, you don't have to start afresh. All right, okay, now you can start. Others, make sure you are doing the same.
Is it apply or okay? Or are they the same thing?
We cannot even see that interface. I'm only seeing your Excel interface here.
Serious?
Yes, you have to unshare.
Can you see it now?
It's coming up. Not yet, but it's coming up. Okay, yeah, we are with you now. Okay, ask your question. Let's be fast about this. Make sure you are talking to us. Okay, this is
I want okay or
okay. This is Miss Mercy. Okay, we are back to Mrs. Oye's. I guess my network.
can you see my screen now? Or
Yes,
should I
yes, I can see it now.
What I want to ask, I've picked the date format that I want. They apply and okay, are they the same thing? Will they
No,
output the same result?
you select apply first. Apply is what we commit it before you select okay.
Oh, okay.
But what we can see here now is adjust your computer setting. That is the environment, the control panel interface. That is the interface we are seeing here.
It's should I start afresh?
Have you succeeded changing the format? Let's find out first.
Yes, I have.
Or yeah, just unshare now. Go to your Excel. Let me see it. Because we are not seeing your Excel. We are only seeing your control panel interface. Go to Excel. Let's view it.
Can you see?
It's coming up. It's coming up. I guess should be your network. It's coming up. Okay, yeah, perfect. We can, yeah, now on share. Let me go to someone else. The next available person, please share your screen quickly.
I need help with
You need
my
what?
own.
The network is breaking. Network is breaking. I don't know.
Quickly share is on your.
Please. We can't hear you, Ma. If you can use the message section. That's if your network is not stable. Your voice was breaking. I want to share mine, please. Okay. Go ahead and share. I think Mr. Odiari is sharing, but go ahead and share. Let's see. Any one of you that comes up first, look at it. Okay, I'm here now.
The mic is ready.
You said what?
Mine is ready.
Okay. Is it your screen we are seeing now?
Yes, sir.
No.
Did I show you how I did it?
Okay, let me see your screen. No. I don't. In as much you have gotten it, it means you have followed the process.
Yes,
But
sir. This is it, sir. Yes, sir.
Your screen is just coming up. Okay. Thank you. Let's go back to.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go back to. Let's go
Can
back.
you see my own screen?
Mrs. Okay, your screen is coming up now.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the issue now, ma? We are your screen now. Go ahead.
Okay. 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 No, this is sorry. Where is this stuff? Yes. No.
You can actually format any of them. Both of them should be formatted. They are all dates.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm on it. So
Okay.
this is it.
Yeah. Okay.
So where you have the short date, it didn't give me that format of year, months. I've searched everything here. I don't have it.
Oh, that is your installation, your window installation. But let's check.
Okay.
Let's check window display language recommended. Change your language preference. Let's see whether we'll get it from there. There's a place that says language preference. Click there. Let's see.
I'm on it.
Yes, coming up. Which language? Okay, no, go back. Just click on the back. Go back to that initial interface you were before. Just go through the entire process again. That place you were before, as in where we click on. This was a.
Can you see it?
Just coming up. Yeah, click on the. Yeah, I think we. Okay. Okay. Now, what you do for me now? Click on additional setting. I just want to find out. It's something that I can quickly solve. If not, I'll just move on. Additional setting. Now go to dates. Click on dates. There's an option there: number, currency, time, date. Click on this section.
Yes, I've done that.
So let's check here. Let's under the date here. Short date is not still here, right?
No.
Okay, so is your system, your installation. Okay, so I'll try and see if I can factor it out. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Okay, can continue.
Okay. So you cannot share now. You can on share?
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, so let's quickly, now, we still have more of them. We still have more of these data cleaning. Anybody want to say anything? Please, we can all mute if we are not. Okay. All right. All right. So let me consider more. You see how now. So the next one is how to. The next one is how to format integer float number with currency. How to format integer float number with currency. So this is another data cleaning operation that could be needed on the data you are given to analyze. Now, take for instance, let's look at where we have monetary value, because this goes for monetary value. You don't apply this one on dates or number like quantity. It goes for only monetary value. Like here now, these are monetary value. So you can see what I am talking about. How to format integer float with what? Currency. If I ask you now, how will you pronounce this? Is this 95 million or 95 dollar or 95 million naira? So in accounting, I'm trying to read Mr. Okay, he said he's having network issue. That's Mr. Alfred. Okay. In accounting, you are not supposed to display your value like this. These are monetary value. They should carry either dollar or the currency that will be used to interpret them. So how do we sort this kind of issue? So the first step is for you to highlight the entire area that is involved. So starting from here, no, the units sold, this one is quantity. This one should be involved. So you start from unit price, unit costs, total revenue, total costs, and total profits. So these are the features that are involved. So what I'm going to simply do, so that I can apply everything at once, I'll start by selecting where I want to start from. Then hold down the control and the shift button. Press the right arrow button to select the length of the data. While you are still holding down the control and the shift button, hit the down arrow button to select the whole of those features values. Now, once you have done this, you go to your home tab. The command is in home tab. Let me move this out. You go to your home tab. From home tab, you come to this number section. So all input directly into the Excel sheet are usually recognized as what? General number. So which means that at the moment, these numbers are applicable to all fields. That is why they are what? General number. But now we want to personalize it to what? Accounting. So which means that we have to come here and change it or format it with any of these formats. Let's say what? Currency will give us what? That format. And then accounting. So these are the only two options you can use. So it's either you use currency. So you can see that what? Automatically we have formatted the numbers with dollar sign as the currency. So this is one option. Now you can see that by default, it has been programmed, Excel has been programmed to format your monetary value if asked like this with dollar. Now, if I want to choose any other currency like Nigerian naira, how do I go about that? So I'm not going to go through this place. I am going to go through this place where I can have the currency symbol selected. So these are some global top currencies. That is why they are mentioned here. So if your country currency is not among the the global or the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you go to more accounting formats. So more accounting format will prompt you a dialog box. A dialog box in computing, it is an interface prompted to you to choose from the given options. So what are the options here? We have so many options. So we are choosing from accounting category. Then you now switch to your symbol section and then continue scrolling down until you see your country currency. So I am looking for Nigeria Naira sign, which I should be able to get once I get to where any of the Nigeria states is mentioned. So you can see Edo is Nigeria state. So I can pick it from here and then click OK. So automatically you have formatted the entire monetary value selected with currency symbol, which is what Nigeria sign. So that is what I actually meant by saying how to format integer float numbers. Now, somebody could be asking, sir, what is the meaning of integer? Integer are whole numbers, a number without decimal point. So I want somebody to and tell me, okay, because of time, I will just help you to differentiate integer from float within this selected area. Almost all the numbers I have here, they are float number. Once a number has decimal units, it is a float number in programming. If it is a whole number, like all these ones here now, they are integer because they are all whole number. So whether whole number or float, you can actually attach what? The currency symbol. That is what we are talking about. So I hope that is clear to every one of you. Now, we are seeing here how to align values, how to align values, how to align values. Trying to see if there's something else I need to quickly. Okay, so let me just quickly explain something which is important. I don't know if it is captured in my slide, but now that I remember, let me quickly explain it. It's part of what could be involved when you are cleaning your data. Now, supposing after date, but before that, this is, look at the way the Nairas are positioned using accounting as the option. Now, if I switch from account to currency, you see that, well, okay, it has gone back to, okay, I've forgotten that we have changed it. Now, what I want to explain is the decimal units. If you want to round up everything towards whole number or to 3 decimal units or to 1 decimal unit, how do you do that? Because this is a task that might be, they can ask you to perform. So just before, okay, somebody have question. Okay, go ahead with your question.
Okay. This Naira sign, sir, I noticed this gap between the Naira sign and the first number. Is it the standard style?
No, actually, it is because of the application method. You know, we got it from here. Now, before we apply this from here, we were on currency. Because currency, we reduce the space. Okay, now that we are on currency, let me just go through so that you understand it. Let me just go through it again sharply. Just watch. Now, this is where we got it wrong. We are supposed to switch from accounting to what? To this before what? Searching out the currency so that it will close off that gap. So let's search now. Let us search now. So once I get to any of the Nigeria states, I will apply it, then click. So you can see it now. Hope that is clear. So you can see that there's no longer space now. The Naira signs are attached to the value. Is that clear, man?
Yes, but which one is, yes, it is. Thank you. But which one is the more standard?
Yeah, this one is the best because when it comes to printing, when you start looking for space, You know, like when it comes to printing, you're trying to print the whole of an area in your cell into a certain number of pages. Then you will now start coming to what? To close up all this gap, looking for space. So when that happens now, you are going to save more space with this. Because if I select this alignment now, you can see that what? I have gained space. So I will prefer this standard instead of the one that will stretch it. But the choice is yours. So if it's not going to involve printing, you can actually go with anyone. Hope that is clear.
I think I'll prefer this. Then there was something you said, if you want to adjust a screen, if you want to adjust a column to the size of the this thing there was a place you say we should click to adjust it immediately. Like on this other,
yes.
Anywhere we have a reading.
If you double click here now, it will adjust automatically. Is that what you are asking?
Okay. Yeah,
if you adjust like this, you double click on it to adjust automatically. Is that your question?
Yes. Is it adjusting to the object as in the column level, or is it adjusting to the series?
Perfect. It will look at the length of the column, not the value, because the value has enough space. So the adjustment will be made based on the length of the object.
Okay. What of where the series is bigger than the object? How do you adjust it?
It will follow the series. It will follow the series. It will always look for the longest word in that column.
Okay, I will have to search. Not that if I double click on the object, it will adjust the series.
It will adjust it. It will adjust. What I'm saying now, like here now, look at this one here now. This particular series is longer than the header, right?
Yes.
So if I adjust here now and I double click, it will not increase by the length of the picture. It will increase by the length of the highest value in any of the cells.
Okay, thank you. I'm clear now.
All right. Another thing again, I was thinking that is a question she wants to ask. As I adjusted this now, who can tell us there's a challenge? Can anybody point out the challenge we are having now? Somebody should unmute and tell me the challenge I'm having now. Go ahead, ma. You can't hear again. Okay, so let me just. Okay.
No, I don't think so. I didn't notice anything.
Now look at this here. Let me stretch it up. Look at priority. If I close it up now, are you seeing priority?
Okay, no.
Now, supposing you are not asked to adjust it, you should display the everything in one. So what you are going to do, you are going to select it and come to this wrap. Can you see what I did now?
Yes.
Good. So that will force it to break, because there are times that it may not be that you should increase it, because increasing it might be affecting other things. Yes. So in that case, you wrap it, you force it from here. You click here so that it will break it down and still maintain that length. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
All right, now let's proceed. So that is sorted out. Where am I now? I think I'm here. Right? This is where we are. How to align sales value. Okay, this is this is where I am. Now, the next one is how to align sales value. So that is also very important. Now, look at the values in the cell. Right now, the alignment I'm using is this one, which says what? Left. If for any reason, maybe when I start looking for space like this one now, there might be need for me to align them left so that this space, I can save it. So if I click on what I have here and select align to left, you can see that now I have space here that I can close up. And then when it happened the way it happened the other time, I will just wrap it. So why I am doing this is that, for example, if I go to file, let's say we want to print this now, so that you know are challenges you could face that will actually lead to all these things that I have brought out, because these are challenges that I have faced. That is why I have to bring them out as things you should learn under data cleaning. So if I try printing this report now, look at what is happening here. Out of those columns, we are only seeing what? 3 columns. So you should know how to adjust. So how do you adjust when it happens like this? So when it happens like this, what you are going to do is to simply go to page setup. From here, you go to margin. From margin, firstly, let's go to sheet or page first and switch from portrait to landscape so that we can have more header accommodated. So you can see we have added more record, but yet some records, some headers could not fit into the paper, and you are mandated that you should print everything in one sheet of paper. How are you going to do that? So things like this, you come here first, but before coming here, go back to your page and try to save some space. Like here now, I will align the whole of this, align it left, and then with this, I've been able to gain some space. Then here, I will also align this. So with this, I've been able to gain some space, but I have to stay within the length where I can view the header. Then here, let me align this. So I should be able to save some space here. All I need to do is to wrap. Then here, okay, so every other thing is okay. Now, once you have achieved it to an extent here, then you can now go to the setup area to complete it. So if I do the printing again, and then let's see if we have been able to accommodate more. Now, if not, so I'll click on page setup. So from here, I will go to margin, then reduce the current top margin is 0.75. So I will reduce it, the side facing each other should have the same value. So let me reduce here to what? The same value I have here. So remember that I'm having issue with left and right, not really top. So meanwhile, I should focus on this more. Focus more on this. Focus more on this. Make sure that the value you have there, they are equal, and then click. So with this, I've been able to accommodate what? Additional one. So what I'm going to do is, after trying the possible way here, okay, let's see if there are still other things we can also achieve here under the margin. Now, which other thing again I can do here? Horizontal. Okay, this one is to centralize it, to put everything at the center of the paper, which might also be needed. Okay, my ID, I think I can save space for my ID. Let me quickly go back and find some space here. Oh, so I can click here, align everything also, and then try and gain some space there also. Now, the next thing, even here, I can gain some space here, gain some space here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to reduce, select the entire data set and see if I can reduce the size a little. So that will also enable me to be able to gain some space. So this is what you will continue doing until everything is able to fit. So let me go back again and check this time around. Okay, I have a lot of them fitted. So the length of the values we have here is the reason why it's unable to fit. So you continue until you are able to resolve it. So I just have to show us that so that in case you are wondering, why are we doing this particular, why are we aligning? Because when you align, you'll be able to save some space. So because of time, let me see what is left here. So how to set decimal units. I have already explained that. Okay, I did not explain it. So now decimal unit is this. Decimal unit is this. You can see that these values we have here, all the values we have here they are in how many decimal unit? 2 decimal unit, 2 decimal unit. If for any reason you are asked to eliminate the decimal unit or to increase it to 3 decimal units or 4 decimal units, this is where you control it here. You can see it here. Decrease what? Decimal. Increase decimal. Now, once you have highlighted the area you want to work on, then continue clicking. So I've reduced it to what? 1 decimal. If I don't want at all, I take it off. Now, this will also help me to get some space like the challenge we're facing now. So you can see how one thing is leading towards solution to other. So if I go back to my printing now, you discover that what you have been able. And now, let me also point out something that just happened. Whenever you are reducing and you see this hash, is an error of space. That is what? You have limited space. Please never work when you are seeing that. It means that what? When you print out, the value will not be displayed. So that is what that sign means, so that you will be guided when you reduce the length of a column and it translates to this. Just know that what? That error is the error of spacing. So just increase it back and then you get it fixed. So we are rounding up now. Now the next one is how to change feature series location. How to change feature series location. Now what this means is this. Pay attention. Let's assume that you are asked to swap this. In this data set, you are asked to, where you have region currently, country should be there. That is what country and regions what to switch. So this can be challenging. Most of these things that we are seeing as if they are very simple, when these tasks are given to you in your office, you might be under serious pressure. Now, just imagine your boss is telling you that country should come first after you have completed your data collection. If you don't know what I'm about to show you now, what you will do is that you will delete these two and start typing again. What you simply do is this. Select the one you want to change. Now, I will just move this one out of this place and put this one here, then bring this one here. How would that be achieved? Select the label, the alphabet representing it. Click on the border line. Hold down the left button on it. Once you have clicked on the left button, keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging. So now I have moved that away to another empty word column. So I just kept it here temporarily. I'm coming back to it. Why I moved it away is so that I'll click here and easily what? Drag this one here. Now all I will do is just to come back here, click on the alphabet, then drag it, make sure that you are moving straight so that it doesn't change the alignment. Because if you move down, it means that what? It will shift your row down and the record will no longer align. So with this, I have solved the issue of relocating my, how to change features as series. So I've changed the feature now. That is the heading now. Now, if it is record, if it is a particular record, so let's assume that this particular record now should come immediately after the first record. So how do you do that? That is series. So the same thing I just did now, just click on the label, the number representing it, and then you drag it out, drag it down to where you have. So this is going to be challenging because you will keep going until you get to the last. It's challenging, but let me see if I will to show us another one. So I have taken this one away, so the space should be there. So I can select this very one, then bring it to this, and then go back, drag it, make sure that you are also. So that is one option. Another option is that you can create an empty. I can come here and create an empty row and then drag that one there and then delete the one that you are taking it away from. So you can use that option. So the last option, thank God we're able to meet our target. Thank God we are able to meet our target. This is exactly where I want to stop. Tomorrow, I'm going to be focusing on how you can use statistical or how you can perform statistical analysis with Excel intermediate statistical function. So tomorrow is going to be on analysis. So make sure that you don't miss that class. So let's quickly conclude here so that we can go. How to change features and series location. Okay, we have even done that. Does it mean that I duplicated it? Oh, I duplicated it. Any question, please? So this brings us to the end of this session. So I want to also pass this information. The platform that is offering this training is a platform that is known as DigiTech Hub, an online platform where you can learn quality test skill, just like people are learning right here now. So question, please. Question. Want to reach out to us? The number is displayed across all the slides that I've explained so far. Any question, please, so that we can draw the curtain, so we can go and relax for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a lot of work to do. Question, please. Question. If you cannot speak out, use the message section. Thank you so much. I enjoyed the class. Wow. Thank you. DigiTech is grateful for these comments, this review. Thank you. All right. So help us to spread the news. Contact your friend. We might start another session soon, but not now. Any question, please? Thank you very much, Mrs. Austin, or Augustina. Mrs. Oye, you want to say something? Okay, it means we are good. Now your assignment. Okay, I have another message here. Okay, I think it's the previous one. Okay. Okay. So let's assume, so your assignment, please, your assignment is to get another data set. Hope you can all hear me, please. Your assignment is to, okay, I took as much. I know that I have a message here. I learned some little techniques that will help me. Thank you, Mrs. Onye. We are grateful. We are grateful for this review. Thank you. So keep recommending this platform. So we need as much as possible recommendation. Please recommend us. Share the WhatsApp link. So there's a WhatsApp link that I'm going to drop in the group that can actually take you to a WhatsApp community where we give daily updates as regard to current master classes like this one that are running and other ones. Is once you receive that link, please help us to share it with friends so that they can join that group where we will continue to give them updates. So once in a while, we come up with free training, but for now, we are seriously engaged with master classes. So once we are a bit free, we will start to go back to free training. Okay, so your assignment, please, you get a different data set, not this one. Please perform all the data cleaning where they are needed. If you have dates that are not in right format, please go ahead and format it just for you to practice everything we have done, if possible, before tomorrow. So I end it here. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Thank you for your commitment, for joining on time. Appreciate that. Bye for now.
Thank you very much, sir. Happy weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Good night. All right. So we can end it here.